Hey, what's going on guys? RageTrain here and welcome back to another episode of the HYPIXEL SKYBLOck series, guys. Now, I don't want to waste any time getting into today's video, but I do just want to quickly say, if you guys end up enjoying today's video, I would very much appreciate you dropping a like on it. It does help me out a ton, more than you guys can even imagine. So yeah, if you enjoy the video, drop a like on it. If you don't enjoy the video, feel free to drop a dislike on it, I guess, but hopefully you do enjoy it. So yeah, basically guys, in the last video, I talked about what kind of gear you're really going to be wanting if you are planning on grinding the end. And in the comments section of that video, I ended up getting a lot of pointers about how I could actually greatly improve the gear that I was wearing in that video. So, since that last video, I have been working very hard on those improvements that you guys suggested. And you guys will see in a second just how much these have all helped me out. Because in the last episode, I was doing about 4.3k a crit. If you look now, I'll go ahead and hit this Enderman. 12.3k per crit, and I'm not even close to having this thing maxed out. But before I get too far into this, I do want to actually credit the person who basically I found all this information from. I believe like his YouTube name was xbugzilla, and he actually commented his forum post on my last YouTube video, so I'll be linking that forum post in the top line of the description of this video if you guys want to check that out, because the forum post was actually about how you can one-hit zealots with an aspect of the end. So once I saw that, I knew the fact that I was only doing 4k damage with a crit on my leaping sword was definitely an issue. So I'll actually be showing you guys today how to get your damage up pretty easily. I'll be showing you guys like what steps I've taken to get my damage up this high, and hopefully I'll actually even be able to go a little bit farther in this video and get my crits up to 13k so I can one-hit the zealots, because that's kind of my goal right now. Okay, so basically the first and biggest mistake that I was making was really the reforges that I had on this ender set here. So in the last video, I did mention that I was a noob when it came to reforges, and obviously I demonstrated it very well in that video that I was a noob, because in the video I was targeting Titanic reforges on this ender set because I thought that targeting health and defense would be the best. But what everyone in the comments basically enlightened me on is that Godly is 100% the reforge you want to target, with an ender set especially, because since the ender set is doubling your stats, your crit chance and crit damage go to like insane amounts if you get Godly on this. So that is honestly one of the main things you want to go for if you're grinding the end. If you don't have an ender set, you're probably going to want to target some of these other things we'll be talking about in a second, but if you have an ender set, you definitely want to target this. But now keep in mind, Godly is not an easy reforge to get. I have done a ton of reforges on all these pieces, and I still have not even been able to get it on my boots, but there are some like other like decent alternatives to Godly. The two that are like fresh in my mind is Zealous and Unpleasant. I think there might be a couple others. I currently have Zealous on this one, which as you can see, definitely not as good as Godly, but you still get some crit chance, crit damage, and strength in there. So it's still way better than having no reforge at all on this armor piece, or having a reforge that doesn't help you with like crits or strength. But yeah, before I move on to the next thing, let's see if I can actually get lucky really quickly here. I have a little bit of coins on me. Maybe we can pull off a Godly reforge. I've tried so many times, I highly doubt I will be able to get it. Ooh, you know what's strong? 7 strength and 7% crit damage. I might actually be better than having Zealous. Alright, so you know what, 1 second. Before we move on to the next thing, I'm actually going to go ahead and test out how much crit damage I'm able to do now. Oh my gosh! Okay, wow, so this is way better than having Zealous on it. I am losing about 6% chance of doing a crit right now. But I think my crit chance is definitely still pretty high because I'm getting crits on most of these guys here. And I am right on the brink of 13k damage now. 12,986. Jeez, just need, what, 14 more damage? Alright, so I guess if you can't get Godly on a piece and you already have a decent amount of crit chance, Strong might actually be the way to go. Because I didn't even look at this. It actually is going to end up giving you more crit damage than Godly, and you still get the same amount of strength with it. You just lose that 3% crit chance. So yeah, that is the first major thing, is the reforges on your armor. You want to make sure you're getting the right ones there, because all that crit chance, crit damage, and strength is going to help you do way more damage. Now, continuing down this path of reforge, the next reforge that is very important is the one you're going to be getting on your weapon, and you're 100% going to want to be targeting the spicy reforge, which I think a lot of people already know this. I had only been rocking Legendary in the Leaping Sword in the last video, which is definitely one of the reasons why I was not doing a lot of damage. The reason I'd done it though is just because it's so expensive to reforge this stuff, and these reforges are kind of freaking rare, but I did finally get Spicy on it, which is going to help out a ton. As you can see, Spicy adds 32% crit damage on an epic weapon, which is freaking ridiculous. Not very much crit chance and strength added, but that amount of crit damage added is like completely ridiculous. I think the legendary reforge I had before was only adding like 7%, so 32% is quite a lot. And then the last thing you're going to want to be looking for with reforges is the reforges for your talismans. Now when it comes to talismans, it gets a little bit more specific, so you might have to like rewatch this part of the video if you're planning on doing this later on. And my talisman bag right now is not even a very good example of this. But basically, first off, you're going to want to get as many talismans as possible, because if you reforge each one, you're going to be able to get a buff on all of them. You want to target, obviously, the higher rarities as well if possible, because the higher the rarity, the better the stats the reforge is going to give you. But according to the forum post, you're going to want to target zealous and godly reforges on your common and uncommon talismans, and then on your rare and epic talismans you want to target the itchy reforge. Now as you can see on a lot of my uncommons, I have the itchy one as well, and now I'm not 100% sure the reason he targets zealous or godly on these ones. I'm assuming it's just because he's prioritizing getting some crit chance as well. But I think my crit chance is already pretty high from the full ender set and just like my base stats that I have. So I actually targeted itchy on all of these just to get my crit damage way up. But as you can see, even at the uncommon tier, the itchy reforge is already adding 5% crit damage with each talisman, and the rare ones are actually adding 8% crit damage with each talisman. Once again though, this itchy reforge is a bit rare. It did take me quite a bit of time and coins in order to get itchy on all these different ones. I also have it on the piggy bank in my inventory down here. Then as you can see on these common ones, I haven't really gone through the process of reforging these at the moment. So let me actually pull out one here and see if I can get a better reforge on it. Alright, so far I'm getting straight garbage, just looking for zealous or godly, please. Oh, okay, and we did get zealous on it after just a few reforges. And I think godly should be better than zealous even on these common talismans here. But obviously godly is going to be more rare than zealous as well. So if you're not able to get godly, zealous is probably like a good alternative. But yeah, the talismans are honestly going to make one of the biggest impacts as well. Just because you can have so many of them. Because even if you run out of room in your talisman bag, you can still carry them on you in your inventory. So if you want to go really crazy, you could be rocking like 20 or 30 talismans between your talisman bag and your inventory. And you know, if you're getting these reforges that add, you know, a couple percent in crit damage and strength and crit chance or whatnot, that's going to be really helping you out a lot. Which obviously when it comes to talismans, there's a lot of different collections that they're all spread around. So if there's like some of the uncommons or rares in collections that you haven't grinded out yet, you might just end up being better off buying them off the auction house. If I come to it here, you'll see that the uncommon and rare ones aren't too expensive. The epic ones go for quite a bit though. So there's a feather ring one here, uncommon, for about 30k coins. Wow, okay, Pigsfoot 100k, Fish Affinity 88k. What I've noticed with the auctions of the talismans though, like when I was trying to buy a couple, is that if you get into a bidding war with someone, you might just want to dip out unless you have a lot of coins to waste, because there are some people who will just like go crazy and bid like insane amounts just to get the one that's ending in 5 minutes. Whereas if you can find one that's not stuck in a bidding war, you can pick it up for like 10 to 15k coins and no one bats an eye. So yeah, that's all the stuff to do with like reforging and whatnot there. And honestly, even if you just do that, you'll be able to get your crit damage up by a lot. Just doing that stuff, I was able to get my crit damage up to about 9.5 or 10k per hit. But obviously this next portion that I'm going to talk about is what has pushed me over the edge, basically up into like that 13k range. And that thing that has pushed me over the edge is potions. Now in his forum post, he actually has critical 3 and strength 5 listed on there, but for the sake of this video, I'm actually going to be showing off critical 3 and strength 4. Now the reason I opted for strength 4 with strength 5 is I'm not sure if it was a typo in his, but if I head to my recipe book here and go to strength and strength 5, you will see it takes 1 enchanted blaze rod to brew these, which is 160 enchanted blaze powder, and each enchanted blaze powder is 160 blaze rods. So even if you're not going to grind it and you want to buy this much blaze powder off the auction house, I mean 160 of it, that's going to run you like almost 500,000 coins. So just for 3 strength 5 pots, that doesn't really seem worth it to me. Whereas with the strength 4 pot, it's crafted by putting glowstone dust on strength 3, and strength 3 pots are crafted with just 1 enchanted blaze powder. So obviously strength 4 is not going to be as good as strength 5. You lose an extra 10% strength buff, but considering like how much more expensive the strength 5 is compared to the strength 4, I think that 10% loss is probably worth taking. Then obviously, like I mentioned, the other potion you'll be looking for is a critical 3, which is very easy to brew as well. It's just an enchanted glowstone dust on the critical 1 potion which the critical 1 potions are crafted by putting a flint on awkward potion. So as you can see in this medium backpack that I have in my inventory here, I've already gone ahead and brewed some of these potions for myself. That's how I was doing the 13k crits in the intro. But I'm going to go ahead and brew another batch of each of them just so you guys get to see it on camera. So we're going to start off by turning both of them into awkward potions by adding a nether wart to water bottles. Then this first batch here is going to be our critical potions. So we are going to put 1 piece of flint on the awkward potions. And this second one here is going to be our strength potions. So we're going to add 1 enchanted blaze powder to the awkward potions. As you can see, the ones in the first brewing stand are now critical 1. In order to get those to critical 3, we're going to add an enchanted glowstone dust. And in order to get these strength 3 potions to strength 4, we're going to add 1 regular glowstone dust. And now we do have our critical 3 potions as well as our strength 4 potions. But as you can see right now, they're only 3 minutes. So a little bit of a trick that you guys in the comments also taught me as well is if you just add 1 enchanted redstone dust to any potion, it's actually going to turn these into 16-minute potions. And I also have a potion affinity ring as one of my talismans, which means that these are actually going to become 20-minute potions once I drink them. So as you can see there, 16 minutes and 57 seconds. So we got our 3 critical 3 potions as well as our 3 strength 4 potions. So put most of the weight in my backpack for now and then just leave 1 of each on me. Now keep in mind guys, you do lose potion effects when you die. So you're going to want to be extra careful not to die after you drink these potions, because even though they're not ridiculously hard to brew, you know, it still does take some material, so you don't just want to be wasting them. But yeah, we'll go ahead and start off by popping the Strength 4 potion. You can see the Strength 4 effect has been added, and we'll drink the Critical 3 potion as well. And now that we have both effects on, oh, they're actually over like 21-minute potions as well. I should be critting for like the 12,900 and whatever. Yeah, 12,986. So yeah guys, that is how you can get your damage up by a lot with any weapon. Obviously though, my crits are still going to be doing a lot more with a leaping sword than they would be with like an aspect at the end. But I imagine my crits would still be relatively high even with an aspect of the end, because a lot of my damage is coming from like the reforges and the potions as opposed to the actual weapon itself. But yeah, before I go ahead and end up this video, I have to try and get my hands on one more talisman. Ooh, that crit there actually did 13k. But there is no way I can get 14 crit damage away from one hitting zealots and just stop there. I have got to get this extra 14 damage. So we're gonna have to waste a little bit of time off these potions in order to do so. But I'm actually gonna head over to the adventure here. I think there has to be at least one of these common talismans I haven't picked up yet. So I actually just went ahead, picked up the zombie and skeleton talisman from the adventure here at Hub for, I think they were 500 coins a piece. And if we can get even one of these reforged with Zealous or Godly, there we go, got Zealous on that one. That should now push me over the edge and give me the 13k hit on crits. I'm gonna get the zombie one with something as well if I can. Okay, we got strong on him, that's good enough, gives me some crit damage. So hopefully our crits are doing 13k now so we can one-shot these zealots, make my life way easier. Oh my gosh, that actually helped a ton. 13.2k, let's go baby. And now if I head down to the bottom here, I'll just take the fall damage, screw it. Actually, I'm wondering if I can one-shot the obsidian. Oh, I can one-shot the obsidian defenders too, oof. And that's actually big boy, because it does way less damage to those guys since they're not counted under the Ender Slayer buff. Yes, there we go. We one-shot everything. Do we one-shot the Watchers? Oh my god, we literally just one-shot everything. Holy crap. Dude, this is so much better. I can actually grind for summoning eyes. But yeah, and I mean, like I mentioned earlier, guys, I'm not even close to being maxed out. Obviously, I'm only rocking, what is this, 12 plus the one in my inventory, so 13 talismans. And like I said he was rocking like 30 in the forum post. So imagine if I doubled the amount of talismans I had right now, and you know, let's say I got some epic ones, and threw some itchy reforges on those, I could honestly probably be doing like 16k crits with this leaping sword. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. I'll tell you right now, when I found this information out, it was crazy helpful to me, which is why I felt like I should probably share it with you guys, because I figured if it helped me out this much, there has to be at least a couple of you out there who this could benefit. And yeah, like I said, I may be using the leaping sword right now, but that forum post is originally about how to one-shot with a aspect of the end. So you can still get your crits up this high even if you're only rocking like an aspect at the end, and maybe even Golem Sword you could get your crits up this high, because the stats of the aspect of the end and the Golem Sword are not too far off. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did and have not done so already, make sure you drop a like on the video. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new around here and have not done that already. And drop me a comment down below if there's anything I missed out on in this explanation, or if something was too confusing for you, maybe I can elaborate a little bit more in a comment to help you out. Or also if there's anything you guys would want to see in an upcoming video, I'm always looking for ideas to pump out there for you guys. So let me know if you have something. But yeah, once again, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in another video, hopefully very soon. So yeah, see you guys then. Peace.